Welcome back to the Ride Boundless podcast. This episode is brought to you by Ride Clean. Ride Clean is an ultra premium polish and sealer that you can use on your motorcycle and or car. With Ride Clean, you get an easy solution to maintaining your ride clean, as well as UV protection and shine with active ingredient carnauba wax. Ride Clean is simple: shake, spray, and wipe. Made in the USA. Visit ridecleans.co and use promo code RBPodcast for 15% off. That's rideclean.co, promo code RBPodcast for 15% off. My guests on this episode are SAG-AFTRA stunt woman, first lady rider of Los Pepes, badass and good friend, Sonja Wajih, and a real badass with 12 years of LA stuntman, fight coordinator, and lifelong martial artist, Jeremy Marinas. Here we go. You just got a new pipe on your bike, didn't you?
I did.
I just saw the Instagram story. What'd you get?
I went
Didn't you have a pipe?
I had Vans and Hines.
Okay.
Short shots. And I went to TBR 2-to-1s.
What your bike? Let everybody know which bike you have.
I have a HD Iron 883.
Nice.
Beginner's bike.
And
it's my first bike ever, and I love it.
That's awesome. Is it really your first bike ever?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. That's a great first bike.
I've had it for a year. Still going strong.
Absolutely. What made you change the pipe?
I had a hole in my other pipe.
Really?
Because I had a little crash, so I had to.
You had to replace it.
Yeah.
And now Jaime helped you out with the change of the pipe.
Jaime helped out with everything.
Jaime helps.
I feel like Jaime's done everything
king.
to your bike.
Jaime has come to my rescue
Multiple times.
Jaime has done everything to everybody's bike.
He's the best.
He changed my light. That was good.
Yeah.
He changed.
Good reviews or what?
We swapped out handlebars. We changed front light rim. Now the pipes.
Multiple times your turn signals on the back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this is for cosmetic reasons, or
they were
failing?
No, one was jiggly.
So it's hard time to keep it straight.
It was twice, okay, and it was unique situations.
So he has a hard time to stand on the bike.
But this was my first in motion
I can't
crash.
Your first motion crash.
Yeah, because the other ones were just dropping the bike. Silly moments got past that certain degree where I couldn't catch it. And this one was I was actually in motion. Jeremy was there.
I was right behind her.
Right behind me, yeah. It was a dumb mistake that I have.
What happened?
I just going too fast into the curve.
Oh, you turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Into a one that I didn't know. I was just wanted to push my limits. All right, you can do this. And then...
You know, it's my new thing right now. I like putting on the Waze or Google Maps when I'm riding through the canyons, even if it's a place that I know. And it's cool because as I'm riding, I could see how sharp the turn will be or how wide, like a video game.
Yeah.
You know, so it gives me a little advantage of okay, I know, let's go 20 miles, let's go 40 miles.
Yeah.
So it's pretty.
It's like a video game now.
It's like a video game now, except your real life and the risk.
I do it too.
So you dropped the bike and it slid out of the way. Did you go to the lane?
I couldn't. Yeah, I was trying to bank right, and the road was also tilted. So my bike is, as you know, is low. So I was turning, couldn't turn anymore. Wasn't looking where I wanted to go. Went across the other lane, hit the dirt, tried to stop, and then low sided and kind of just jumped and rolled off down the hill.
Anything happened to you?
No. Mm-mm.
Oh, good. Bumps
and bruises, but thankfully, landed in that hay, like grassy hay that's on the hill. It could have been, it couldn't have been
you are wearing your superhero bodysuit, right?
I did have.
So
I did have my D3O
she's
at Wilds jacket
rider.
on.
She had a protective gear.
I'm always smart.
No, I like this. So what were you wearing?
I feel comfortable when I'm protected.
Yeah. What were you wearing?
Just D3O shoulders, elbows, and back.
Oh, that's awesome.
And gloves, normal stuff.
That's
my
awesome.
helmet.
Yeah,
that's not normal stuff, but okay.
I had a buddy of mine maybe a few weeks ago. First time I ever seen him wear shorts, slippers, Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
He ate it.
Yeah.
He ate it wearing the worst gear ever, and he's fine now. But I mean, it just like goes to show you. Yeah, it's one of those things when you're not ready. Shit happens.
It's the only time that happens.
It's the only time that happens.
Yeah.
I know people that have
He
paid.
reached out to me, that guy.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
He's
he was
reached
like-
out to everybody. He was crying and stuff. He was crying. He was all sad.
Yeah.
But you know,
He's like, I respect you with all the protection that you wear now. So
Absolutely.
yeah, I was like, thank you.
yeah. But isn't it funny? Isn't it very funny how you can have insurance for 10 years and nothing will happen, and then you miss a payment 1 month? What happens that month?
Yeah.
You fucking crash. You're done. And all of a sudden it's the worst. And that just always seems to happen. But anyways,
Thank God I don't know anybody that.
No. I'm happy you don't know him. You'd be so pissed at him. You'd be disappointedly pissed at him. You'd probably slap him. But I'm happy that it wasn't as bad as it was.
It was literally the best case scenario for that to happen. And I was able to, even though my handlebars were completely bent, I could get it into first gear and ride back down the canyon.
Did you call the insurance or make any insurance claim or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I did.
Good.
Is that looking back at the curve, there was shit that shouldn't have been there. So.
Right. And then your Scrambler, Ducati Scrambler 2016, that's how many cc's?
803.
803?
Yeah.
How is that? How you been liking that?
I love that thing. It feels nimble and quick like what I'm used to, which is like a street bike, but it doesn't I'm already an Asian guy with I used to ride an R6 and Rice Rocket, but
Where are you from nationality?
I'm Filipino.
Filipino.
Yeah,
okay. So you've heard of a little town called Daly City,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I used to
Those are
ride
my
with a lot of
brothers and
people from Daly
sisters.
Cities, yeah.
Sick.
A lot of
Small world.
karaoke and a
Yes,
lot
sir.
of whole pigs.
Yes, sir.
Everybody
Lechon.
Lechon.
Yep.
A lot.
Took
Yeah.
me back.
Shout out to Daly City.
Was
Yeah. So this is not obviously, how many bikes have you had? This is your second, third?
this would be my second bike. Yeah.
Your second bike?
Yeah. Really. Well, technically my third because my first one got stolen. Which
Wink,
was my
wink,
R6.
or legit?
Legit.
Yeah.
Like,
Why would you
actually,
even say that?
Yeah. Why?
Why would you even admit otherwise?
No. So the R6 got stolen. Then my boss, actually from our stunt company, he gave me his old track bike, which was a GSR 750.
Nice.
And then I gifted that to my dad when I wanted a new bike. So I got a Scrambler. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a big change.
Yeah, it is. I just wanted some more like my style, but I didn't want something too big, or I wanted something in the middle of cruisy and aggressive, I guess you could say.
Would you say the environment had something to do with your purchase? Like being in LA, you're like, I want something a little bit more cruising in LA versus, because I'm guessing you said R1, right? R6?
R6, yeah.
R6, that wasn't Daly City, right?
No, that was here.
Oh, that was here?
No, I bought my first bike here because I moved out here when I was like 18.
Oh,
so
nice.
I didn't buy my first bike until I was 19, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
31.
30. No, I wouldn't be able to tell. He's like 18. I'm like, what?
So racist.
Yeah, it's super
Asian
racist.
vampire
You look,
syndrome.
yeah, exactly. I'm so racist. You don't age, sir. You know. No, that's.
good,
I've been looking at the Ducatis for a while. I don't know which one I'd commit to,
Yeah.
but I think
Have you
they're
taken it off road?
A little bit, not crazy, but yeah. I took
Because
a
that
little
bike
bit.
is the good thing is it's a scrambler,
the-
so in
the
theory it's meant
enduro-
to, yeah.
Yeah, it's that's what I liked about it too. Is it wasn't as stiff as like a road bike. So yeah, or a sport bike.
So you could just switch out the tires, huh, and just kind of go off roading.
I mean, I haven't taken it to its full potential. I've just used the stock tires, but I haven't gone crazy either. But
I didn't pay attention. The stock tires are 100% like street
they're,
tires.
no,
or
they're actually you can off road with them.
with the ones he has now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not like the ones we have.
No,
They're more like
they're more like
Collins.
Collins. Yes.
Yeah. That's. I think that's the move that everybody's doing right now. They're trying to go for this half adventure hybrid.
Supermoto.
Yeah. Well, Supermoto is another beast because that's
80% today.
eight-
People use
80%
80%
city.
in track. Yeah.
yeah.
20%
track.
Have you
off
guys
road.
done Supermoto?
No,
Not yet.
Not yet. But we
It's
just
fun.
talked to
Jeremy and I
Brian.
have. And
Yeah.
it's
It's fun.
Yeah,
so
we did.
fun.
We did
at
interview.
SoCal Supermoto, you got to go.
Yeah, we spoke to Brian. We
Yeah.
spoke to him. We just had that podcast released about maybe 3-4 weeks ago. Well, we're trying to set something up for a group so we all can take the class. But
Yeah.
how was it?
It was amazing. It was so fun.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a fun day.
Yeah.
Just take a big group and go, and It's cool.
What was the what's the process? How does it? Well, you start. It's all day, right?
All day. The first part of the day, at least for us, was pavement. So you take it around the track, and he teaches you different turning techniques.
Classroom first.
Well, classroom.
A lot of Brian talking shit too.
Cracking jokes, hilarious. And then you take it to you do pavement for the first half of the day, and then the second half of the day takes you into the dirt track, and then you switch off and you do dirt to street, and street to dirt, dirt to street, street to dirt, and it's just like it's amazing. It's so fun. I had never felt comfortable on dirt, and his instruction makes you feel more confident. Well, and it's cool going to dirt to street.
It's cool, but you actually ended up going street to dirt, right? And
then back to dirt to street. Yeah.
No, but I mean when your accident.
I did.
Yeah. We can always count on Jaime to bring that up.
He'll never let it down. It's fine.
So it's I think 8 hours, 10 hours.
I don't know. I think it's 8 hours.
You start like at 8, 9, 10, something in the morning.
I feel like it's like 9 to 5.
9 to 5 with the classroom. One day, right? Or the whole weekend?
Pizza lunch.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah, pizza lunch or in and out, he was saying. And then you just go back and forth and
you just practice your lines.
You stay on one bike?
Yep. Well, you can switch.
Actually, every time we went back in the classroom, you come back out and you don't have to stay on the same one.
Yeah.
But then by the end of the day, everybody's fighting for the best bike.
Right, of course.
So everybody's trying to get there first. But
yeah.
How much would you say your performance improved? Just from that one day.
I feel more comfortable on my bike from taking supermoto. He makes a point of saying like all the girls or guys that ride Harley, like you're all, sitting back, but he wants you to like put your crotch on the tank, as up high as you can go and like elbows out. And then that's how you have the most like control of your bike.
It just makes it more comfortable that like you can move around on your bike and not just be, a lug sitting back and, which is fine too when you're enjoying the scenery or whatever. But when it's time to go,
so it's more like a stance of how to ride more aggressive.
Yeah. Or how to be ready
more efficient, I think too.
More efficient.
Because some people have and he goes through like the foot out, knee down sort of scenario. And then it's, slow in, fast out versus like people that think they have to go in fast to a turn. Me speaking from experience and then fast out. So it was good to learn lines and always have that in your back your pocket.
That's the only thing that he talks about, and I can't imagine doing it until I do it. But when you do turns, he wants you to stick your legs straight forward. And that to me, mentally, I can't even comprehend how that's the right way. I know it's the right way because he's saying it's the right way, but I can't even imagine that. Was that difficult?
It was it's interesting to learn because you have those big boots on, right? And it's like you kind of have to gauge the distance, and you feel like your toe can like actually touch the ground. But I actually started to prefer. I mean, I just started riding, so I have been riding maybe as soon as I bought my bike. So what? It's been a year and a half. And I've always thought like the fast riders put their knee down, and that's how you're supposed to turn when you're going fast. And he was explaining foot out, and I actually got more comfortable being foot out, even though you think that's like a super strange position. But
yeah, I just feel like if it's caught, you can like, I don't know. Like I feel
break your knee.
I think it's
break
all
your knee, break your leg
as well. Situational and what bike you're riding. And
but actually,
we're on small bikes there,
right? And what made sense is sitting up higher, like you were saying, like sit up on your tank. I guess that makes even more sense because if you're sitting like on a Harley and you're all the way back, and then you put your leg forward, that probably wouldn't make as much sense.
So I guess the main difference is that also the DRCs, which is where they use the 400 ones, they're higher. Even where you're sitting, so your leg stretch doesn't touch the floor. In a bike like your Sonja, that is like for me jets kind of you stretch your leg and basically you touch it. You're touching the floor already.
But I prefer that because I'm 5'3" and I like having my full
I don't want to
foot on the
define
ground.
But
he wants me to put higher suspension on my bike, so it gets a little higher. But I don't feel comfortable being on my tippy toes.
Well, just wear normal shoes, no heels when you're riding.
I'm not wearing heels when I'm riding.
Kind of.
Every time.
Boots with heels.
Ouch.
Wow.
You can really dance.
Exactly.
You can really dance. We can always count on Jaime bringing up the most greatest moments in our life.
Exactly.
Guys, let's take this moment this is where we take the little second to introduce you. How would you introduce yourself, and where can we find you on Instagram, and what do you do for a living? Ladies first.
Jeremy. No, I'm kidding.
She really wants to be a guy. She really wants to be a dude.
Sonja Wajih, SAG-AFTRA stunt performer, and you can find me at swajih, SWAJIH on Instagram.
Jeremy.
My name's Jeremy Marinas. Find me at germskills with a Z. I'm a stunt guy for movies and television, not a bike stunt guy, but I'm a fight coordinator more specifically. Like I train actors how to fight, or for camera, obviously, and then I put together all the fight scenes. That's it.
That's amazing.
Simple.
No, that's not simple. That seems very complicated and amazing. Okay, what movie can we find you on? What was the most exciting highlight that you've done stunts for?
Most exciting was actually working for Jeremy on Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey?
Mm-hmm.
You were in the jail scene, right?
I was in the police station scene.
Yeah.
I was the second to last cop to get killed by Margot Robbie.
Oh.
Yeah.
How was that? Was that fun?
Yeah, it was fun. It was a big adrenaline rush, especially when it's a ton of pressure with my two basically people I look up to, Chad and Jeremy, watching, and just trying to get it done.
What's the process of becoming in stunts for doing movies? How did you guys get into it?
For me, once I decided that was the track I wanted to go, I just went to every open gym that stunt people would go to, and I did all that research online, Instagram, and even cold reaching out to people like, hey, where do you guys train? And then seriously just talking to people, training with people, networking, and then getting stuff on film, creating this little reel for yourself. Got hired on a job that needed me to be SAG-AFTRA, so I actually got tafted, which is a condition in the union where you fill a special niche in a job where they can't find anyone. Like I looked so much like the actress that they would just fast track me into the union. Yeah, so it was very thankful that happened. So I got tafted into the union, and then from there, you just kind of like word of mouth, and networking. Just one job leads to another.
Yeah. What about you, Jeremy?
I competed in martial arts all my life, and then it got to a point where I was on a martial arts tricking team. Basically, all the cool moves you see in parkour and free running, where they do all these flips and stuff off walls. Yeah. They basically stole all those moves from tricking, which was a sport that was kind of really in early development. Tricking.
Tricking is that like what parka? What do they call parka? No.
Parkour.
Yeah, no.
It's completely separate.
It's completely separate. So martial arts tricking is like when you add like gymnastics, breakdancing, and all the different martial arts together and do all kinds of acrobatics, stuff like that. So back in the beginning of martial arts tricking, parkour also was formed, and then people put them together, and then that became free running. But the biggest difference is in tricking, there's still a very heavy like martial arts background. So like taekwondo, capoeira, and Chinese martial arts and stuff like that. So it's very martial arts based, acrobatics basically.
Right.
That's it.
And you were always doing all kinds of different martial arts, or there's certain ones you stayed focused to?
Yeah, I grew up doing Kaiju Kembo. That was kind of like the first karate school that my parents saw as I was a kid. I was like 4 years old. Parents put me in Kaiju Kembo till I was about 12. And then when I realized I wanted to do other stuff like fight and all that stuff, then I went to another school up in the Bay Area, and that's where I learned I started BJJ, but I was mostly doing Taekwondo because I really like to kick people in the head.
Yeah.
So I did that.
Such a weird reason.
Yeah, it was like, oh, I'm allowed to fight people.
Yeah. I'm allowed to kick people in the head. Yes. It's so I get points for kicking people. Yeah. All
Give me a trophy. I could do that. So I did that, and that kind of grew into Muay Thai and MMA as kind of a whole. But my big like thing was tricking. Like that's kind of what I flew around to do seminars for, stuff like that at a very early age, like 17. I got flown to Europe to teach at 17, and
that's awesome.
So that was like my little claim to fame. And then making YouTube videos and stuff like that, I got found through the people that run the company 8711. And
what year were you doing the YouTube videos?
What was that?
When were you doing the YouTube videos?
Like 2005, 2006.
Wow. It's an amazing time.
Yeah, before
the start of it. The start of it all.
And that year was that was just you like, fuck it, I'm gonna put videos, or your family was like, do it, or it was you and your friends?
My family was like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Stop
come sing
doing that
karaoke
shit."
with us.
Yeah, exactly. So racist.
Bro, Daly City, dude. Trust me, I used to live out in Daly City. So shout out to all my homies out in Daly City.
Yeah.
No, big time. Go ahead.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, I'm from San Jose, and Daly City was where we went to go see our family and stuff like that. So that's that you hit it right on the
right on the nose.
Yeah.
I know. I used to sell cars, and there was I feel like I told this story, but whatever. I used to sell cars, and there was this one guy that worked with us, Filipino cat.
Yeah.
Filipino. Blue suede suit,
blue
suede shoes, Elvis Presley fucking haircut. Didn't know how to sell a car, but he would just sing Elvis to all the clients, and the clients were like, you know what they saw? They saw they weren't going to get robbed or overpriced. They just saw like a nice guy selling a car, so they would just buy cars from him. But he would just sing all day to all the clients. It was hilarious.
That's awesome.
Or the people walking down. This was at Colma GMC.
Yeah.
So anyways, please.
That's funny.
So you started the YouTube videos with your friends. You start recording 2005. You get discovered. Somebody hits you up.
Yeah, I mean, well, so one of the guys I used to train with, he got called up to audition for Ninja Assassin, that movie where the tall Asian guy, they're like, we need a 6'2" Asian dude who can flip around.
What?
Like,
6'2"?
6'2" Asian guys already don't exist. Now you want one that can flip.
Yeah.
It's like, all right. So I knew him, the one Asian dude that's 6'2" that can flip. And basically he was like, hey, can you do my audition video with me and fight me, blah, blah, blah. Basically we turned in this audition video of us fighting. And my mentor, John Valera, he saw me and was like, oh, I think that's a kid who used to compete against my kid. And then his boss, Chad Stahelsky, who's the owner of the whole company, he was like, hey, bring him in. And then I moved when I was like 18, like right when I turned 18, I just moved down. And
on your own, or? Yeah,
I didn't know anybody. So they were like, hey, we're going to give you this opportunity. Just come down when you turn 18. I said, okay. And I didn't know anybody in LA. So I got in my little Honda Civic, parked it right
you drove
next
a Honda Civic?
Yeah. Surprise.
Oh my God. That's so
Filipino
weird.
In San Jose. Yeah. Got in my little Civic, parked next door to the gym, and I
was it a
slept
coupe?
there. It was.
Honda Civic's like every 18-year-old's
Silver?
first car.
It was not. It was actually purple.
Nice.
It was.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice. Metallic or regular?
It was regular, but the clear coat had, like, it stayed in the sun for so long that the clear coat came off.
Right. I'm so sorry.
So ghetto.
Yeah, no, I love it. No, what are you talking about? That's how we grew up. That's I know exactly what neighborhood you were on. You were by King Street.
Yep. Yes, I was.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the gym and when you got there, what happened?
Yeah, so 8711 is like back when I first started, it wasn't a production company yet. It was a stunt team, but they always called themselves Action Design. So people always thought it was kind of like, oh, that's a little bit feeling yourself too much. Action Design, like trying to make yourself sound more than you are.
Right.
But I didn't know until growing in through that company that the bigger picture was to create a production company. So now, 12 years later, they produced the owners, they directed all 3 John Wicks, Deadpool 2, Atomic Blonde.
All amazing movies.
Yeah, all in the last. It's like the whole company just went poof in the last 5 years. But when I first came in, I was like, oh, stunt. So I had no idea that was even an option for me to go to, being from San Jose, I was either going to teach karate the rest of my life in a really broke school or get in with some gangsters and, whatever.
Right.
That lifestyle.
Well, whatever that pays the bills and gives, some extra opportunity and some spending money. Yeah, no, and you don't know what's going to lead to what. You know, you just got to keep forcing and going forward, and you know, kind of take that gamble. Yeah. How did you two meet?
At 8711.
8711. Mm-hmm. So he was there. You joined. You went through the gyms.
Yep, I started training at the gym, and then Jeremy was either taking class or instructing the class that I was participating in, and we just connected through there.
So at this gym, you need to be invited. You've mentioned to me multiple times.
Yeah.
Who invited you?
A stunt coordinator that works out of there.
Okay, so it wasn't Jeremy.
Larnell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Larnell.
So really, you have to be introduced.
You have to be.
You can't just walk in or check them out on Google.
No. You have to be. You have to be invited by someone that's allowed to invite people in, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's kind of being outside. I knew, you'd see it on Instagram, and that's where, you know, these big movies were training, like Jeremy said. So it's kind of like this, it's almost an enigma. It was like a goal that one day I'm going to train there, you know? And it is for a lot of people. And I was, you know, lucky enough that I was invited in, and then you just go and you just prove you're worthy of still training there and continue training there. And
well, I just saw you kicking. Did you end up proving it? Or?
I don't know. I work at it every day.
I mean, everybody is good for something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good point.
Everybody has value somewhere else. Maybe not everybody's as good as you on a bike.
Well, I hope not. I hope there is more people that are better than me on a bike.
What's the funniest thing that's ever happened on a movie where you were doing the stunts? Because I'm sure you guys have great stories and jumps and.
Funniest.
Is there anything that's just hilarious that just happens in the background, or it's all serious?
Well, Jeremy's the vet, so he probably has so many.
I don't know. I've had to double women in high heels and, you know, run around in high heels. Just something I never thought that was going to happen for me. You know, I don't train that. So those were just funny moments because I was a youngster. They just laugh. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Good. A lot of good memories for sure. Like a lot of good people to work with that you have this picture of Hollywood going in, and for the most part, a lot of it is true. So you kind of learn to laugh at yourself when you learn to adapt to this lifestyle. But then there's a lot of people that you work with that, you know, just show the real side of who these people we looked up to growing up. I looked up to like Will Smith and Hugh Jackman, like two of the coolest people to ever work with. You know, like you get on a set with Will Smith and you won't stop laughing for 6 months. You just laugh, and then they're like, okay, go home. You're like, what do I do with myself now? You know,
I miss Will.
It's such a good
Will Smith
environment. So people
that's
like
awesome. That's actually I grew up everything with Will Smith. CDs, first album, first rapper to win an MTV award, you know, first celebrity television, everything. I loved Will Smith.
Yeah.
What movie were you working on with him?
I did Gemini Man.
Oh, that was really good. I don't know why the trailer to me quality wise looked so bad, and then it just looked fake and computerized, and then I was like, I gotta watch it because it's Will Smith.
Yeah,
it was a really good movie.
Well, I think the technology they used to shoot that
was first time.
Like a breakthrough way of doing 3D,
right?
And they even said most of the theaters didn't show it at its full, you know,
capacity.
Yeah. So that was the hard thing about that movie. I got to watch it in where they designed it for. So to me, I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And then I rewatched it on my TV at home, and I was like, okay, I could see.
I could see what people, what they're comparing.
There
were
some insane motorcycle stunts in that.
Yeah, no, there was insane everything. That was a dirt bikes he was riding, the jumps, all the stuff. I mean, it was pretty amazing. I think it was breaking technology because it was the first time they were able to do 3D of somebody else's face that's his own face at an instant moment. Like it wasn't After Effects.
Recording in 3D.
Yeah, recording in 3D. You know, so he had those moments where he's talking to himself and fighting himself, like on demand, like right there. So that was very amazing. The director's name was
Ang Lee.
Ang Lee,
Yeah. And I learned a lot from that guy too. We were having full on meetings almost in VR, basically.
Really?
Yeah. Like as a fight coordinator, sometimes when you're speaking to a whole table of people who don't understand what fight and action is, you have to explain, oh, it's going to be this, 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 that. And you're in a white room, but when I put on the VR glasses and I can point, they have TV screens showing what I'm looking at and showing the set. I can say, oh, Will can stand here and fight this guy here. And they can see me doing it on the set, but I'm really just in a production office.
That's amazing.
Like that's something I've never done in my life. So that was really cool.
The closest experience I had to that was one of my classmates at Pepperdine.
Yeah.
He invited us to the Bank of America building in downtown LA, and they had a conference room. And this conference room was to do, because they had another bank branch. It's weird. It was like the 10th story, and on the 10th story, it's 2-3 stories high building. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. And they have this one conference room where it's this television size, in front of you, and you have this half table. They turn on the camera, and you're talking to somebody across the world.
Yeah.
But you're looking at them like if it's VR, but like on a television, but it's all actual size. And if you look at a person, 10 people can sit on their table in another part of the world, and 10 people could sit on your side, on this side of the world, and you can look at one, and you know who you're looking at. It's and just the internet bill and speed of that, they said was like $20,000 a month.
Jeez.
That's how crazy that is. And this was 4 years ago, and now you're talking about doing a conference of visuals and how you're going to film in the next take. That's insane.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
That's very insane.
That was a good show.
How is working with Keanu?
Keanu, if you're ever going to work with him, just be ready. That's all I could say. You don't know what you're going to get.
What does that mean?
He's always the hardest working one in the room, for sure.
Yeah.
But you don't know if it's going to be an easy day or a hard day, but you're always on your toes. He's the nicest guy in the world. So you want to do a good job. So every time you mess up, it's not like there's assholes in Hollywood where you're like, oh, I'm going to work for him. I'm going to do the best job I can. He's still going to yell at me. So you kind of accept it.
Yeah.
But like letting down Keanu was kind of like, oh man.
Letting yourself down.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I only really trained with him. Like I got him ready I helped train him for the first John Wick. But after that, I didn't really do much because I was in the part of my career where I either stay on the John Wick movies and just be another stunt guy, or go and take the bigger jobs as a fight coordinator and start building my resume. So my ex-fiance was also the double for Adrienne Palicki on the first one.
Yeah.
So I coached her and trained her for that fight, and then helped train Keanu a little bit. But other than that, I didn't really have too much to do with Keanu. But
you had that interaction, and you got to deal with them and be on set with them.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Or you could also say
level.
Or you could also say you trained him so well that he was trained for the next 3 John Wicks.
Yeah, I could say that.
I think that's more convincing.
Is he so the little interviews I've seen of him, he's pretty weird. He looks like he definitely looks like a nice guy.
Which interviews
for Arch Motorcycles or stuff like that? He does all the front facing for interviews and press and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's really weird. I mean, his answers, his like even just gestures and stuff like that, moves his head like you would think that he's acting, but then you see him randomly laughing and you're like, oh no, you're just weird.
No, that's Keanu. That's just him. That's him. That's how he is, and I love it. He's
like
awesome.
that.
I haven't met Keanu Reeves, but I have met people that when you ask them questions, when you talk to them, they kind of pause, and you could just see them processing stuff. And sometimes they make, and
that's what he does a lot.
I get that. Like the dean at Pepperdine does the same thing. You ask him a simple question like, what's happening in building, blah blah blah. He'll stop for 30 seconds, just silence.
Yeah,
and you could just see him thinking hard. You're like, this is the dean. Why is he thinking so hard? It's a simple question. How's your day?
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, it's good. It's a good day. I like this day. And then it's a deep response.
Yeah.
He's responding. He's not reacting.
Exactly. How is business with this whole COVID-19? Is everything shut down? Is life over?
It's on its way back. I mean, I
Is
have a
it?
lot of friends that got shipped out to finish the fourth Matrix in Germany.
Yeah, out of the States.
Out of the States
yeah.
are
So if
mostly
you're-
opening up. Dune remake just got back up because a few of my friends were working on that in town. But they had to wear the masks all day, and luckily for them, it was just mocap. So they were just in a the sensors, mocap,
Motion
like
capture.
Yeah.
inside the volume, and so they didn't have to be on camera, so they could wear the masks all day. So I guess that's good.
In Germany they were filming?
No, that was here.
Oh, that was here.
Dune is here. Yeah, in Germany they're doing the Matrix, but I believe they might still be in like their little 2-week or 5-day, I think, quarantine.
Yeah.
So
5 day or
Yeah,
5
I
days
think-
left of the 14, or it was just a 5-day quarantine?
no, I think some places are doing a 5-day quarantine because if you don't have symptoms after 5 days, then you're
clear.
good.
You're clear.
Yeah. So some places are doing that, but I believe when I go back to Toronto, I believe they want us to do a 2-week, a full quarantine. But
Yeah, they just announced today Masvidal and Usman.
yeah,
The fight in
'cause the
Abu
other
Dhabi,
guy- yeah,
which is going to be exciting. But I this Saturday coming
Yes.
up, and they just announced it today or yesterday. No, today. That's going to be an exciting fight. But anyways, I think they're opening up that arena for everybody. So I guess Abu Dhabi is not that tight. And the reason I bring that up is because we were doing some business out there.
yeah.
And they had closed down. They closed Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Qatar. They closed all those areas down. So
Yeah.
I guess it's, if they're doing the UFC out there, it's opening up.
They're gonna have spectators.
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
That was
That would be
weird.
sad.
Huh?
That would be sad for the fighters, right? They're just fighting them.
I
Nobody
mean, they've
cheering
done it
out.
before.
It's been happening.
They've been
That's
having
exactly what's
some
happening.
of the best fights though in
Yeah.
the
It's
like
last
no
in the
audience.
last month.
Yeah.
You can hear every cornerman, like you can hear all the game plans. You could hear,
It's
everything.
It's interesting.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's just like one commenter, Joe, like it's
Yeah.
usually Joe Rogan. You have one referee.
Who's that?
The basic, some guy. He has
Shout out to Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding,
This
bro.
can-
I know because you love him.
He's coming here, right? That's the only reason. I
no,
came here.
absolutely. He's next. I
was told
gotta get Dean first, a good buddy of mine. Then I'll get Joe. Then we'll get Keanu Reeves, and then I gotta get Will Smith. I have to do that
Hell yeah.
by episode 51.
What episode is this?
This is 19.
19.
This is
Okay.
episode 19. 19 weeks consistently every Wednesday at 8
6 a.m.
6 a.m.
LA time.
Well, I'm talking about what East Coast 9.
Exactly.
So,
So,
but here in California, the studios is the gym. What's happening with you guys?
The class that I usually take, they stopped when quarantine happened.
So what? March?
I think it was like March, I don't know, 18th or something.
Yeah. What are you guys doing right now? What's happening?
You just train on your own.
Our gym is closed, but I've been training there. Like there's a small circle of people that hold
The
keys,
key holders.
The key holders.
and then there's just rules that we have to.
how do you become a key holder?
I slept in the parking lot for 4 months, and I lived in my car. And then they realized I was living there,
Committed.
just to train, and they felt bad. And Chad, the boss, was like, knocked on my door one morning. It's like, yes, sir. And he's like, the fuck are you doing? Like sleeping? He's like, this is Inglewood. Yes. He goes, come inside, and then he gave me a key. That was it. 4 months.
So where is Chad from?
Massachusetts.
Okay, so he's American.
Yeah, but he's like Polish, German.
Chad didn't give it away. Chad.
Stahelski.
I don't know, bro.
Stahelski is the last name. So that's my big mentor, my boss, and he's the one who asked me to move to LA. And 10 years later.
So currently,
director.
12 years after, what do you do in that gym
What do I do in the gym?
other than being a key holder?
I train there, and I hire people like Sonja to help us out on future projects.
Because I've been there a couple of times. But one of the time, I was watching them doing a rehearsal, or I don't know, maybe designing a fight in a fake subway, and
Oh,
you
that's
guys
right.
create scenes
Yeah.
made of cardboard boxes.
Cardboard boxes, yeah.
And
It's called a
pretty fun.
previs.
It's pretty fun to watch.
It's called
Yeah.
what?
A previs.
So it's
A
like a
previs.
pre-visualization, if you will, of the scene. So you'll get the script, and the director will say, in this scene, I think it'd be cool if the character did Krav Maga and used
Krav Maga.
a book for a weapon, and how would you use the book as a weapon? And so it's my job to say, maybe not Krav Maga, but maybe some Kali, maybe some, do you, what do you like? Or maybe we can put a little bit of Krav style in there and then add a few Taekwondo kicks. And then what we have to do is we have to build the set kind of to specs, like with cardboard boxes. And then we'll shoot it on our little cameras, like a DSLR.
Yeah.
And then, or like I shoot on a Gemini now, but that's just because we have the stigma with the camera crew where they say, you do all these impossible shots with small cameras. So now we have big cameras, but anyways, it's basically like you
Did
would
somebody
do
pick
like
on you or mess with you about your cameras, man?
Yes.
This is very...
It's hard to shoot action.
Hollywood is like a very pretentious...
Not everyone can shoot action.
...industry. And stunt people are kind of like the jocks of the camera world or the film industry. So they think we just show up and go ha and punch each other and fall down and then we leave. But they don't know how calculated it actually is.
And timed, calculated and timed.
Yeah, it's like having an interior designer, right? You don't want to buy all the pillows and the blankets and the whatever, everything for your house until you know it's what you want, right? So you have a designer come in and show you on the iPad, this is what I got, these are the color tones, blah, blah, blah. Same thing, we shoot the fight scene in a set that we built out of cardboard boxes. So it's cheap. Then we show it to the director and then they decide if they like it or not.
Right.
And that's it.
Now, quick question. Who are, strong respect for everybody that does stunts, strong respect, but who are those badass motherfuckers that do the stunts to film and take those shots? Like I seen clips of the people that just to get that amazing, James Bond shot, they're doing crazy shit as well. Are those professional stunt video people or are those stunt people that are just, give me the camera, I can take that shot? Who are those people?
I'm one of those people.
That's fucking badass.
Usually someone with a stunt background. They started. That's
I would
how they started
imagine.
off. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one big like cinematographer. What's his name? I forget his name already.
I'll come back.
Yeah, it will. But at 8711 again, they were kind of brought up to teach us that this is one day we're going to put a camera in your hand.
Yeah.
So we ride wires and we do like descenders and drops and stuff like that, or like slack lines where we're just being held. That way we can move the camera exactly where we want to see it in real time.
Right.
Because even when you have
that's amazing stuff.
There's so many layers. Like you train to perform on camera, and then they give you a camera, so you train to like learn how to film. Then they give you a computer, and you train to learn how to edit. And they give you a rope. You have to train to learn how to rig. There's so many layers to complete that action design that you can. I mean, you could spend an entire career, which people do, going into either direction.
And I guess it makes sense now that we're talking about it. That, the better as a stunt person knows what it is what the camera guy has to go through to get that shot. Yeah. Now you realize, like, fuck, I really got to put 120% to make sure it's timing all right. Yeah. And then you kind of communicate with the camera guy. Imagine, right? Like, all right, you ready? Let's go. All right, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, whatever. So no, but I seen. There's a Facebook page. I heard Facebook's for like old people now. Everybody does Instagram.
And you.
It's TikTok now.
Yeah. It's TikTok, huh?
Yeah, TikTok's the new one.
We're even too old for that. Well, you're definitely too old for that.
Yeah. Well, now, I
did one video and I got like 100,000 views on TikTok.
It wasn't even your face.
I know it was my feet actually. So maybe I should start working.
So maybe you're young and
it's like
feet.
a big market these days.
Maybe I can sell pictures of my feet.
There's somebody that just somebody's sister. They did a TikTok video. It was 8 seconds, and it was 3 of the friends, and they just tilted their face to a song. 900,000 views. I was like, what?
No money though.
No money.
Of course.
No, there's a lot of people who make money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Of course.
I have an idea for a TikTok video that I want to do with you.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Didn't you do
does
one with
it
your
involve
kid's
Sonja
face?
kicking?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How many views did that get?
I don't know. I haven't.
Jaime crushed his baby's face. That.
Yeah, the AOL.
The Windows.
Yeah.
Oh, Windows. Yeah.
It doesn't have that many views. It has like 200 something.
200 or 200,000? 200.
No, 280 or something.
Let's not even talk about it.
I'm not famous, bro.
Let's not talk about it. So what do you predict is going to happen now with this whole COVID? I mean, we're seeing that in the world it's going to be changing and getting better. Do we think the same thing's going to happen
It
here?
was supposed to, but I felt like there was a spike in numbers again. No, in this last week.
They just closed everything again.
Yeah.
I was at the Apple Store on Wednesday, and they said, no, I was at the Apple Store Thursday. They said, tomorrow's our last day. We're closing up again. Then they closed all the bars, all the restaurants again. Then they're going to close a lot of the retailers.
I thought we were coming back.
Yeah.
Kanye West is running for president.
Yeah.
So,
What do we think about that?
As of
Is this
today.
true or no?
Yeah, he just tweeted yesterday that Elon Musk says, hell yeah, and that's all we know. There's no other.
Interesting.
I mean, he has my vote already. I don't know what he's going to promise, but he has it already.
Everybody gets Yeezys.
Everybody gets
I don't
Everybody.
Get to vote. I don't get to vote, but I would.
I don't know. I mean, everyone's trying to put protocols into place for this re-entering into filming and everything. I just feel like nobody knows what to do. No one knows how to like make it right. I mean, there's wear masks.
What do you think? What do you think would be?
Well, I'm actually working. I mean, there's I filmed an Amazon pilot that got picked up and greenlit, and we've just been like doing these. Thanks. We've just been doing these Zoom script readings because we used to have to have them in person, and they're talking about quarantining the entire cast in Riverside for the 3 months of shooting. So they basically, I don't know, bought out a hotel or whatever, and everyone just goes and lives there for however long filming is, and doesn't leave until it's done.
I've heard that they do that. They do that in some movies.
Sorry, there's like a little mosquito flying in here.
Jeremy, you were recently working with Jason Momoa somewhere. What was that for?
Yeah, so when I first left in October, it was for his movie called Sweet Girl. It's a Netflix movie. And then just before the pandemic, we were up in Toronto shooting his Apple TV show, C. Season 2.
That one is great.
Yeah, did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched the first season.
Cool. Yeah, that's a fun one. That's a fun dude to work with. If you guys ever get to work with Jason Momoa on set.
Yeah, no, trust me.
I mean, anybody that you bring here will be glad to work there too.
No, and then we have a little goal of what we want to hit. He's been
Harley enthusiast.
Yeah, he's been brought up on the podcast a few times. We talked to Michael from Super 73. And we were talking about the experience. He was writing something. Oh, even Michael
Super
Beach
73.
brought him up too. Yeah. So
he brings all his. Well, from what I hear, he brings all his toys to.
Oh yeah,
set
dude.
and-
I heard he's a fun guy. I heard he's not as big as he is in the movies. You know, he's tall, he's huge,
Well,
but he's slender.
They shoot him bigger, right? But his personality is huge.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, I forget because I'm good friends with his double as well, Kim Farty, like one of the toughest motherfuckers you'll ever meet, and he's a little bit skinnier, but I think he's a little bit taller than Jason actually, like maybe by half an inch or something, or I'm not sure if I'm getting it right.
Jason,
but
like 6'4", 6'5"?
He's like 6'4", 6'5", yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he's a little bit taller, but then just when Jason walks in the room, you're like the king of the jungle has arrived.
Yeah.
he's just massive personality, and
I heard he's all smiles and laughs
super
and
cool.
just fucking melt. He's a teddy bear or something.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. He always made sure to, make time for the stunt guys, make time for his actor friends. And then he always made time to, mix us together and have us all out. We would find all the local bars, and he's not like, oh, let's get a private place somewhere. He's always like, let's find the diviest bar and just crash it.
That's fucking awesome.
And we just show up, and then it's, before you know it, it's 5 a.m. and you're in this nasty bar just singing at the top of your lungs, like jukebox karaoke with Jason Momoa, and it's awesome.
I really love his YouTube channel also. He like shows a lot about his life, and seems like, I don't know if you've seen it.
I haven't.
He wanted to build a custom bike, I think, and he found out about a guy that would build these old bikes, and he became super good friends with them, and he has this friendship for a long time with this guy, and now their kids have grown up together and stuff.
That's amazing.
And it's a great all the videos that he has in his YouTube channel are amazing.
Yeah, and he's always like this guy. I'm like, I need the day off. He never has a day off. He's always shooting something. He could have been on set yesterday from 4 a.m. till, late. He's always the last one off, right?
Right.
From 4 a.m. to 12 a.m. the next day. But then the next morning, he's already shooting like, a Super Bowl commercial or a YouTube video or a motorcycle video with the crazy 88s. Like he's always doing something. He's never not doing anything.
Yeah,
I don't understand the energy.
There's some people, there's some individuals that just get that shit going. I mean, Joe Rogan's another one. I mean, he does podcasts, he does the UFC commentary, it's just nonstop traveling. I mean, and even, and I know this is such a sore topic, but I'm just talking about the work ethic.
Crap my God. I'm just kidding.
No, the work ethic. Even the president of the United States, Donald Trump, the amount of flying and conferences and press conferences and going to this state and going to that state, and that's a lot of fucking work. And this guy's 72, 73 years old.
Yeah.
There's just certain people that come into this world and
they got it.
They just got it, man. Yeah. They got it. And there's other people that just do one job, and I mean, there's some jobs that are exhausting. I get it, but there's some people that just fucking can't even focus on 2 different projects.
Yeah.
You know, so and The Rock is another one.
Oh my God.
The Rock jumps on a fucking flight. You know, he'll fly around the world, 16 hours land. It's 5 a.m. and he's hitting the gym. You know, straight out. Like there's beast out there, and that's another one.
I did Fast and the Furious 8 with him, and we did that jail scene, and he wasn't there for rehearsals at all.
Get it. You got that. Oh, it was supposed to be a slap. Sorry, there's a mosquito in the studio. It's fucking harassing us. Right, so Fast and Furious 8.
And he wasn't at any of the rehearsals. But he shows up on the day and just learns it on the spot. And just had it. With the lines and everything.
Who has the martial arts skills here?
I don't know, but there's 2 stunters right here, and Robert just got it with a coaster.
With a coaster.
With a
Ride Clean coaster.
This episode's brought to you by...
I'm better with chopsticks.
There you go.
Repeat that. So Fast and Furious 8.
Yeah,
we were shooting.
Yeah. And we were rehearsing like all week, coming up with the scene or whatever. And he just shows up on the day. Super professional, super, super cool. He had just done like 6 workouts already. It's only 10 a.m. And he's just like, okay, what are we doing? And just learned everything on the spot.
That's insane.
And then we shot it, and it was it.
And then he did a promotion for his tequila, and then he did a shout out to the guest outside waiting for him. Signed.
Does The Rock use a double or not? He does everything.
His double is Tanawai Reed, his cousin actually. From Hawaii.
Nice.
He's a stunt legend actually.
Yeah.
One of the first guys I ever met in the business, and another just cool. Just if they made a carbon copy of The Rock,
it'd be him.
It'd be him.
Really?
Yeah, just with a hevier Hawaiian accent. I think that's it, Samoan. And but yeah, man, watching those 2 work is crazy. Just Tanawai knows what he's there to do, and Dwayne knows what he's there to do.
That's it.
He does what he can, and then he looks over, answers his phone call, and then Tanawai comes in, fills in, boom, and it just goes, and it doesn't stop.
Does the eyebrow thing, and done.
That's it.
I got a question for you guys. What with technology and everything else, is this affecting the stunt department? You know, like with the CGI, with the special effects, with cameras. Is that at all affecting the stunt?
But the advancement of technology?
Correct. Thank you. That's an easier way of putting it. Is it taking people's jobs?
I mean, I don't think so. I think it's just
cutting off hours at least, because you guys mentioned the motion. What do you guys
motion
captures? Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys, sometimes they would just like capture your body movements, and it will cut your hours in half because. At the end they can repeat that motion for a lot of times, and you don't have to do it.
Yeah. Yes and no is the answer, I guess, to that question. Mm-hmm. It helps a lot in terms of like filmmaking and speed, right? So literally, you can have 4 guys come into mocap and do a bunch of actions. Then you can take all their actions and duplicate them as different characters, and then put them in a war scene, and then all of a sudden
that's amazing.
You have a whole war scene with 4 guys.
Where before, how would they do that?
You just hire
1,000 people,
1,000 stunt guys. Actually, there's ways we cheated a lot. Say if the stunt team was 50 people, like on a Pirates of the Caribbean, right? Say I didn't work on any of them, but an example, they'll have the core team that'll do all the fights, and then you'll have some stunt people in the background doing stuff, and then there's people in the back further that are like, they call them like special skills extras or action extras, that can kind of be around action, but they're not allowed to partake in action.
Yeah. The further they are, the more better their name is. Super special.
Yes, exactly.
Person in the background, stay the fuck back there.
Yes.
No talking. Don't look at the camera. Yeah, super dude.
Super special, just over there. And then, you know, that would cost a lot of time, money, hair and makeup, costume, a lot of that. So from a filmmaker standpoint, technology helps a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, it's cutting the cost.
Yeah. From a stunt person aspect, I feel like at first you may feel like, oh, they're taking all the jobs. But because so much content is coming out, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, YouTube, everything.
Apple.
Yes, again, thank you, because I don't think they heard the first time. Apple too. Yeah.
Apple.
There's so many people
production lines.
Putting out content, including Apple. So
even Apple.
Yeah, Macintosh.
So that's actually from Apple, right? The TV show C.
Yes.
Yeah. Apple.
See, Apple.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's more job opportunities as well
than ever.
So now you can have more stunt people who are qualified for the job to do many different, jobs. So you might argue that technology is like stealing our jobs, but at the same time, it's creating more opportunities. So
yeah, we were talking to Michael Beach. He was on the podcast, and we were talking about, hey, there's so many more actors trying to get into the industry. How is this competition? He's like, well, the older I get, my competition's always change. It's always the same people because I'm growing with the same people at the same age group, and these younger people are not competing for my parts. And the bonus of production companies like Apple, Amazon, all these other and Apple and oranges. We're totally picking on Sonja, but it's opening up so much opportunity, and it's cool because now you don't have to do what you have to do or had to do to be in a movie in Hollywood. You can film it from anywhere. Yeah, there's a lot of studios.
Yeah, exactly, and
that's good.
Many different countries doing it as well. So,
what was this movie right now with Chris Hemsworth that they filmed all in India?
Extraction.
That was a good fucking movie.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff being produced.
Yeah.
So right now, how many people kind of are depending on you to pick them for a scene? Meaning, at the gym, you have a lot of people under that you can work with and pick them to bring them to a project. How many people are you quote unquote training now?
Under me, I just have I keep my group small. So as one of the key holders, I don't like to ever bring people in that, are just not a good representation of the gym. So I keep them small. I have 5 people maybe under me. And that's an unofficial thing because they're kind of under me. But then if I have a friend, say there's other stunt coordinators in the gym and another stunt coordinator has a job for them now, like my friend Caleb, he's a good shooter and editor. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to train this guy to shoot action. And then one day when I have a spot for him on a movie, I'll take him. Yeah. But then my other friend, Jackson Spidell, was like, hey, I got a job for you. Can you come? I heard you could, you've been getting better at fights and you can shoot and you can edit. And then he's like, yeah, I can, I do all of it. Yeah. So it's kind of it's like a big friend circle and we all help each other get ready for these jobs. And then whatever job comes first, because in this business, you don't know what job's going to last or what job is going to come about or when it's going to come about.
Right.
So we just, for me, myself, I just do it when I find good people, I try to bring them in. Yeah. And all the bad people, we just kind of weed them out.
Kind of filter out, yeah.
Yeah.
So question, Jaime here and you know me.
Yeah.
There's a Vin Diesel movie and you need to find a stunt double. You gotta find a stunt double and you're stuck with Jaime and me. Who would you choose to be Vin Diesel's stunt double? Or The Rock's, one of those.
Oh my God!
Is there any fat Vin Diesel movies? maybe is the remake? Maybe is the version of Chris Hemsworth and the Endgame?
Where he sits on
Vin
the couch
Diesel gets
drinking a
fat
beer?
or whatever, and we have to pick one.
No, but how strong is your power? I mean, ignore that question. I was totally kidding. But that you can do that, right? They would come up to you and say, "We need a stunt double for this person or that person," then you could pick them out, or.
Well, it's less of like a position of power, like, oh, I can fire or hire people. It's less of that, more like you have producers and a director who say, we need a double for this person. Who do you put forward? And then me and my stunt coordinator, because I'm only the fight coordinator is like second in command, right? So I'll put together my 5 options, and he'll put together his options if there's 5 of them,
right?
And then we'll choose the best one, and then we'll give a shot. I can heavily influence a decision, but I wouldn't say I'm the last decision to say, get him out of here.
That's strong enough.
I've definitely gotten people fired or hired before, but
was there any reason
it never feels good.
Was there any reason you fired somebody just because they just did something you didn't like? You were just like, oh, this motherfucker, I'm firing us. or was it legit?
I mean, you're always gonna work with people that you have to learn to get along with.
Yeah.
That's just the business. I didn't necessarily get people fired. It's more like, hey, we should watch this person because they're saying they can do certain things and they can't. And then
is there a lot of that? I'm sure there is.
There's a lot. Yeah. Imagine like actors who say, "Oh, I can play that part," and they show up and they can't play the part.
Right. I can ride a motorcycle. They can't ride a motorcycle.
Right.
More than you expect. So, when you're a stunt person, you say, I'm taking on the responsibilities of safety and I can do all this stuff without hurting anybody else on set.
Right.
Then somebody shows up and somebody can't control their kicks, and then they kick an actor in the face or something like that.
Yeah.
And then
where did you look at Sonja when you said that?
Oh, because I know she's like training her kicks recently.
Oh.
We're so picking on you. I'm sorry. This is why we did this.
No, but to Jeremy's point, it's a scary thing for people to say that they can do something and then you get on set and they can't. They can hurt themselves. They can hurt an actor. They can hurt other people around them. But it happens more often than you would like.
A lot of times I have to go to the coordinator and say, hey, so and so has said they can do this, and
they can't.
They're either scared or they're nervous or things are. You can see. You can usually tell the mistake a person's going to make before they make it. Or say, God forbid, they hurt somebody in rehearsal. And I have to go there and say, hey, this person got hurt. Whose fault was it? How did it happen?
Yeah, and break it down.
Yeah.
So I've had to, I'm not like, oh, you're fired. It's not like that. It's like, this person's got to go.
I called your bullshit.
Yes.
And question, is there, what are the categories of stunt people? Like, is there like action hero, height jumpers, car, performance racers, motorcycle? Is it in categories, or there's just certain people that have certain skills and you just look for those people with those skills?
So back in the day, stunt people were very well rounded, and some are now still. Like they're pretty. There are some you can find, but these days, what they're looking for the hero in a movie is. He can drift a car, he can ride a bike while shooting a gun, while being charismatic to hold lines with a female lead.
While smoking a cigarette.
A cocktail. Yeah, and he's got to be comfortable with all of that. But wearing a suit. Yeah, wearing a suit.
Yeah. And his hair's got to look good while in movement.
Exactly.
I guess.
Right?
That's right.
And
they're wigs, bro. They're wigs.
Yeah, and now, every movie you get is like, I want this guy to be good at motorcycles, fighting, and guns, and whatever.
Right.
But we want, let's take John Wick, for example, right? The guy's obviously got to be good at judo and jiu-jitsu, fighting, and those are all like three different styles of fighting you can do. And then plus, he rides a bike, horseback riding, and a car.
And a car, yeah.
And be able to fight while looking like he's doing all of this stuff, right?
Well, how many times do they find that one person versus they'll just get 3 different people that look kind of similar?
Well, it's rare.
It's rare. Which part? That they find the one person?
Yes.
So usually it is 3 different people. With that
they get multiple doubles per one.
Well, we do it because of the level they want. So I can ride a motorcycle,
right?
But I'm not going to into camera and put the bike down and have a girl come off the back, have a passenger while doing indos, like. I can't do that. Right. So they got to get a Spencer Sano or somebody who looks like me who can do that stuff. That happened actually on Triple X. I doubled Tony Jaa, and we had a bike double, me double, and then Tony did the rest of his own stuff. So it was 3 people for one character. So now now we're not thinking of how many stunt people to double an actor. We're thinking how many people will it take to make one character come to life. So when you think about it that way, okay, maybe he's a good inline skater, I don't know, or a dirt
rollerblader,
whatever.
Yeah.
Then
Surfer.
you get all the X Games guys and put them all together, and then and now you got.
Have you ever or have you seen ever happening that you find first somebody that looks a lot like somebody, and from scratch you have to teach them the moves and the script?
Yeah.
So Robert and I are still.
Vin Diesel, The Rock.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
We have a hope.
If we lose a little bit of weight, 5-10 pounds, yeah, we can do it.
So, put an example of somebody that you've done that with. I mean, not the
have
name,
you personally
but-
done that, or I guess that's the question. Have you personally done it, or you just know of cases of that being done?
I know more of cases than because a lot of guys that I've gotten to work with have luckily been people with a background,
Right.
Or they're just so brand new that they're not even playing the lead character anyway. So it's like a off character on the side, so they don't have to know as much as the lead. But yeah, most of the lead characters that I've trained with already had a background, so I've never had to deal with that too much. And I would say 80% or 75% of, like, say the big superhero movies that you watch, like the lead superheroes are pretty athletic.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, like, we trained Chris Hemsworth on the first Avengers. He came in, he learned everything in like 20 minutes. Chris Evans, same thing. Just learned it, boom, and he's like, okay, do I have to keep doing this? Whereas you get other actors who come in and, they're not as physically talented, and you have to drill them until they get it. And then sometimes that's even hard, so you can't teach them a whole style. You have to teach them one move, one move for like 6 months until they get it.
Now you guys practice on stunts and fighting techniques and everything else. What about workout routines? Do you guys do like CrossFit? Do you guys do standard gym workouts? I mean, is that something that's practiced in your gym that you do?
Yeah, there's a weight section in the gym, but a lot of it is, I do strength training, as well as the other stuff that I do in the gym.
What do you squat?
What do I squat?
You said you did your max yesterday.
You did say that.
I did. I did 165. I squatted.
165. You're
Yeah.
at 5'3". What do you weigh? $120, $115?
Yep.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's like you picked up Jaime.
Yeah.
Squatted Jaime. You're 160, right?
Yeah, sure. You pick up.
You squatted half.
You
a
pick
Jaime.
a half, Jaime.
Half a Jaime. Yeah. But you do so there's certain you do all kinds of workouts. One of them is strength conditioning at the gym. And then you guys, what else do you guys do there?
And then it's just everything. Everything we do is movement and body awareness. So you can go from like gymnastics and parkour and all different types of martial arts. Then you throw in weapons. There's like, your body has a certain way when you're wielding a sword or a bow staff, or like there's just so many different ways. But for me, my supplemental is strength, just so I have the strength to move and to jump and to hold these weapons and to move with strength in movement. It's mostly martial arts and then weights.
Would you is there a reason you'd go with strength training versus functional strength? Like kettlebells, battle ropes. I feel like functional strength training would be just as important.
That's more up my alley.
Yeah,
that's more your alley.
Yeah.
Well, I figure doing random stunts. I know some people that like pretend they work out, like our friend Colin, but he doesn't really work out.
This is workout, right? Like this?
Well, yeah, that is. Combing your hair is very. Yeah. But yeah,
that as well. I do other things and squats and bench press and deadlifts. We do when I was training with Jeremy, we were doing battle ropes and flipping tires, and you do your box jumps and all that. All that kind of fun.
Yeah, that box jumps. I see that being so much more. I could totally be wrong. Maybe strength is more important. But I see all those. I'm calling it functional strength.
Aerobic or whatever.
Yeah. Agility. There's all this.
Yeah.
There's this crazy thing that Jeremy uses at the slosh. What is it?
Slosh pipe.
Slosh pipe. That's like
insane.
Death.
What is that?
It's just a big long PVC pipe filled with water that you have to press over your head, and you got to walk with it or do lunges or do whatever you want to do with it. But you have to keep it stable while it's sloshing.
Holy shit. Oh, that makes
so
sense.
You're working like
so you're working
crazy stability muscles that are.
That's awesome.
That you wouldn't normally.
You do have a video, Jeremy, that is incredibly depressing for me. And I go back to it at least once a week.
Sick.
You know,
Wow.
it's a video in Instagram.
You like being tortured.
That he basically walks into. It seems like it's the morning time. You walk into camera, and you do I don't know if it's a backflip or a front flip. No, it's a front flip.
Webster,
It's a front flip with you swing your leg and you do a weird non-jumping front flip, and then grab a coffee, drink it, and go. And I'm like, holy fuck! And I look at myself every morning, and I'm like, that's definitely not what I do. I look like I'm in a wheelchair every time I wake up from bed, and Jeremy's doing that shit. And it's completely depressing. I'm like, I should just end it, But
he's wearing a tiger skin, a Speedo.
I don't know if that's your dream.
I might as well. I think
if that's your dream. I don't want to change it, but
yeah. How doing stunts? Let's talk about the serious fact of it, like how crazy it is. I had a girlfriend. Her father worked he built the stages or whatever, the sets, and he did the time machine. And there was a death on the time machine. There was one of the sets fell and it like chopped somebody's head clear.
Oh, what? Snap!
Yeah, it was a big deal. Have you guys met anybody that ever been in stunts and has got seriously injured or is fatal?
3 stunt guys passed this year, actually. Not stunt related though.
Not stunt related.
So that was good.
That's not what I'm talking about, bro.
Yeah,
I'm talking about like shit in the industry.
Yeah, no. I know of a stunt coordinator that I'm friends with, and he essentially got blown up because they were doing a fire gag or an explosion gag rather, and someone just closed the door a little bit too soon, so all the gas accumulated in the area, and then when they went to do it, it was bigger than they expected, and boom, his hands, 3rd-degree burns, broken bones.
It's always negligence too. It's like always the dumbest thing.
Yeah.
I mean that's what Jaime and I talk about all the time on motorcycle. Most motorcycle accidents is that. It's just people not paying attention or taking a turn too fast.
And it only takes one lapse of just like
being absent-minded
for, who thought like closing a door like would create such a
There was somebody
gas and
cleaning up the floor next to an air ram. Air ram is one of those like it looks like a cheese wedge when it's deployed, but basically you step on it and it triggers it and it flings you into the air.
It catapults you.
Yeah, so you got to be ready for that.
Yeah, and somebody had set it up and then it was hot, but nobody knew it was hot, meaning it was on, it was ready to go. And somebody came by to brush something like a leaf or something off the top of it. And the thing went off in their face.
Fucking shit.
Luckily, that person was okay later, but totally messed up their face.
Well, same thing. I guess the biggest one. It was a stunt person, but obviously the celebrity too. Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. The accidental bullet, wasn't it?
That was Brandon.
That was Brandon Lee.
His son.
Oh, that was Brandon Lee.
Yeah.
They didn't know. Medical. They didn't clear it. Bruce was what?
Like medical, something wrong with him, and so, like he was sick or something.
I didn't know that.
So talking about this guy, you guys have watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Do you guys feel actually, well represented in your, industry, by
Brad Pitt?
Actually, yeah, he's funny. Like his character they made around him was kind of, out there, but it's Tarantino. It's going to be that, but
I mean, realistically, it was cool as fuck, except the fact that they supposedly murdered his wife, but they couldn't prove it,
Yeah.
But other than that, he was very cool.
Like if you're doubling someone, you're essentially the actor's assistant when you're on set. You do everything for them, make sure they have water.
Is that how it is today? You think that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a special relationship, which you only see here,
like The Rock.
Like The Rock and his cousin, or
Jason.
as I said, Jason and Kim Farty. They're like almost inseparable sometimes. The only thing that was different about it was in the movie, it was very clear that Brad worked for him.
Right.
They were friends when it was convenient for Leo's character.
Right.
Whereas the guys that I know who have got this relationship with their actor, they're actual friends, which is really cool for me to see.
Yeah.
Because so many times it goes the other way.
Yeah, of course.
But definitely when you get like inseparable friendships like that between an actor and a stunt guy, it's really, really fun to watch.
Do you think there's a stunt guy that looks like Jackie Chan and is mad at Jackie Chan because he does his own stunts?
There's a guy on YouTube that like poses like he's an impersonator and
Right.
and like is actually pretty good.
Of Jackie Chan?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta check
I've
that
seen
out.
him before. I don't know his name.
Jamie, pull that up real quick.
But-
I'm just kidding.
Damn.
we're not that advanced yet. Yeah.
That-
Well, do you know his name?
I don't know his name. I
I'm
saw him on
gonna look
Instagram.
it up. I'm gonna look it up. But how many actors do you know of that do their own stunts like Jackie Chan? And he still does all his stunts, right?
Stunts and fights is different because Jackie did a lot of his like stunts, like jumping off stuff, falling down. And
Yeah, we just
not his
recently
fights?
watched.
no, his fights too as well.
Okay. Then
But
what's the difference?
when he says he does his own stunts, it's all of that. Like he started as a stunt guy in Enter the Dragon or the last Enter the Dragon. He was one of Bruce Lee's stunt guys. But a lot of actors now are trained to do their own fights,
Right.
but we won't have them fall down or get hit by a car
Yeah, it's too risky.
It's too risky.
Because if a stunt guy,
Unless it's
a
Tom
stunt
Cruise.
unless it's Tom Cruise and
Right.
he pays for it to
the-
all happen. Like he's a
Exactly.
producer as well. He's beyond actor and stunt. Like he's the guy.
That's another badass.
Yeah.
I like him a
Yeah.
lot.
But if a stunt person gets hurt, they can easily replace a stunt person. But
Right.
if like
The main actor.
the main actor gets hurt, production shut down for 6 months. And in Tom Cruise's situation,
He kept
could
filming.
pay. No, he could pay to keep the team
production.
on, but not
Yeah.
working.
Yeah, because the
So-
last Mission Impossible, when he jumped up from one roof to the other one,
broke
he
his foot or
busted
ankle or something, yeah.
No, was it his toe or something?
It was his like ankle.
Ankle,
his
I
ankle.
think.
Yeah, he fucked it up badly, but he kept it going, right?
Yeah, it kept paid everybody.
Nice.
There's
While he was
also
while
there's
he was
also a
filming.
little piece of that movie of behind the scenes where they have to build some basically glass contact lenses for when he is grabbing into an airplane on
Yeah.
the side because he wanted to do it. He really
Yeah.
wanted to do it.
Right.
So he couldn't wear glasses or anything. So they had to make some special contacts so he could open the eyes when he
Yeah.
was
Right.
In the
on
wind.
the side of the plane. That's kind of
He's
crazy.
It's nuts.
He's
He's,
super
next
crazy.
level.
He's definitely next
He
level.
trained, I think, to like what are they? A helo jump or something? When you
Halo.
when you like jump from the out of the atmosphere or
Yeah.
something. But
yeah.
he,
After 18,000, once you reach 20,000 feet, you need oxygen.
Yeah.
So and most skydives that people do are like 12,000, 15,000.
right. But
I did one for
he wanted
19,000.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, in Monterey.
What?
Monterey does the highest
It
one.
hasn't been proven though.
So when Vin
Oh, it's
Diesel
proven. I got video of it.
once has a scene where he needs to do that, maybe that's something that you can do.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
specialty.
They
No,
let
Vin
you
Diesel.
fall like
Shout
a
out
rock.
Vin Diesel.
They let you fall like a rock.
Yeah, no parachute. What?
You'd have to shave your beard though.
No problem. No problem. It's
Really?
beauty underneath. Of course.
How much? Really? How much would it take?
I just started my beard 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
Maybe a few months before I met Jaime. He had it.
For
I thought
sure.
it looked- I thought
Exactly.
that
He
good.
looked at me and he's like,
That shit looks good,
baby."
man.
So you'd shave it for free?
Oh yeah. I'm
Okay.
not.
You're not scared?
Here's the weird part. I had a flight where I was going to Russia, and I was letting my hair grow out. You know, whatever hair I had, I was letting it grow out.
Yeah.
But I didn't get a haircut for like 4 months. I was like, I'm going to Russia. I'll just get a haircut right before my trip. So 2 days before my trip, I went to get a haircut, and I always do like a number one. I always do a number one, and then I just screw the beard there too. So I did like a number one fade and then top. Well, the lady goes too high, and she goes, Bzz, and she went too high. Anyways, long story short, she had to shave me bald. It was the first time I was bald, but I had a beard. Now, here's the thing. I'm bald and I have a beard, but I've never seen my face without, like, yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? I've never
Bald.
seen completely shaved.
You look like a conguito. Basically, you
I have no idea what I'm going to look like.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never shaved while
Like a
being
naked
bald.
well, that's
Eyebrows.
not true.
No, I had a goatee.
Because-
I left a goatee. I left a goatee.
He left a goatee.
But I've never shaved.
This is a photo shoot. I'm preparing all these guys. They know 3 weeks in advance, right? And I'm taking 3 guys to a photo shoot in Joshua Tree.
The
And
goatee wasn't the problem. You gave
one
me
of them,
too
no,
big.
not that one.
No.
One of them shows up with a goatee, which I've never seen on him. Another one shows up with pink hair.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Another one is Ash. So by default, he doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah.
But it was
That's
a
right.
terrible
Pink
photo shoot. They
metallic
ended up
hair.
pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
I had to create like a Western theme so they could wear hats and
A gay Western.
something like that.
A goatee and a pink hair. So yeah, no, I would shave it, no problem. I don't have a problem with that. I just never seen these two things.
Right.
Like it's gonna be.
I mean,
strange.
Vin Diesel looks good, so maybe you do.
Yeah, possibly. I think. Yeah, does he?
Oh, no, he's asking if you do or not.
How many people in the industry of stunts have made it like Jackie Chan? You know, where they started off doing stunts and now they became a celebrity actor, performer, etc. Not many, huh?
Not to that caliber. No, I mean
I don't.
directors like Chad. If you want to talk about pure high level stunt guy to pure either director or actor, somebody like Chad, which is crazy to me now.
Who was Brandon Lee's double in the accident
Actually,
you spoke
yeah.
about?
Yeah,
Crow.
in The Crow.
Chad was there.
It's like one of his first movies. Like
Wait, this guy from Massachusetts,
yeah, the guy who
He's-
owns 8711.
he was the stunt double of
Brandon Lee.
Brandon Lee,
in The
Asian
Crow.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Interesting.
was the double of Keanu through all the Matrixes.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
And then directed him through all the John Wicks.
Brandon
So,
Lee too. Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah. And that's another rare one of those
So when is he coming over?
instances.
I'm just kidding.
Wow. Yeah, that's
Actually,
one of those rare instances where you get a stunt guy and an actor who become best friends for life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Chad and Keanu. It's huge.
What about Halle Berry? What do you guys do for her?
What do you do for her? What do
Well,
you
I think
mean?
that
Anything
you guys,
she wants.
I don't
It's
know.
Halle Berry.
Yeah, I mean, did you train her for a movie in specific, or because I don't know? I get messages sometimes from Sonia, and she texts me, "There's a motorcycle outside. Keanu Reeves is here. Come see the bike." I'm like, I'm not gonna show up there like a groupie, you know?
Yeah, you never have showed up.
Yeah,
I
no.
just took a picture.
He's actually really cool, though. I mean, surprisingly, he's really cool. I wouldn't say show up there, but
No.
hide
yeah,
outside.
Don't show up there. But
I pull up in my truck. I back into his bike. Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oops.
sorry. Whose
Whose
bike is this?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Here's my insurance. Let's exchange phone numbers. Yeah.
We have it all planned out.
So Halle Berry,
she trains at 8711 for when she has a movie coming up, and one of my buddies, Eric Brown, trains her, and then Anisha Gibbs.
They're
Gibbons.
both
Why do I
names.
always say
There's
Gibbons?
Gibbs and Gibbons.
Anish Gibbs. She doubles her, at least on the last John Wick.
How
and
old
the
is she?
last-
She's so hot. How old is she?
Hallie?
Yeah.
I don't know. She stopped aging a long time ago. She
cares?
looks.
Let's
the
just
same.
say she stopped at
awesome.
30.
She looks
We'll
the
just keep-
same.
I'm gonna look it
Yeah.
up. I'm gonna do Jamie's work.
Yeah. Now pull that shit up, Jamie.
She's a
No,
sweetheart
you're going to
too.
do Jaime's work, not Jamie's work. This guy. Yeah. She's insanely. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody right now is fucking looking amazing. Eddie Murphy.
She's 53. She's not that old. She's really hot right now.
Bro, just because you're 49, you know.
I'm 34, bro.
that's-
She's really hot.
She's really hot. She's really nice. She's an incredible.
I had
worker.
I had my dog at the gym one day, and she was playing with my dog for like a solid 10 minutes, and I'm just sitting here like, dude,
I wish
as
that
a
was my
dog,
dog.
yeah, yeah. Hey. But I was like, man, this guy has no idea what's going on with him right now. Like, this guy Halle Berry just he's in her
rubbing
lap,
on him.
just Anyways,
there's just to bring more randomness into this conversation. There's a book that's called I believe the name of the book is called Love Like a Dog, and it just continues giving scenarios of no matter what you do to your dog, no matter how you treat your dog, you could have a shitty day at work, you could scream at it, leave me the fuck alone. In 5 minutes, like, come here. And the whole point of the book is like love like a dog. That's true. Unconditional.
Yeah.
The dog's gonna be like, "Fuck you, motherfucker!
Yeah.
You're a dick, bro. You're drunk again." That shit ain't gonna happen. It's love like a dog.
How many training supervisors are like you in the gym?
At least 15 of us officially on the team.
And as an average, you think that under those guys are like 5 more people? I'm just trying to size the whole scene, the whole gym?
No, not everybody brings people in a lot as much as I do. I like doing it. There's a lot of guys who just wait and they see who I bring in and then they steal them and then put them on a job.
Wow.
But like, I'm the guy who I like bringing people in and having people to train with because.
Well, is Sonja one of those that you have under you?
Sometimes.
So she's just there?
No, she definitely helps me a lot.
Put him in the spot right there.
She doesn't train with me as much, like right now during the COVID, but when it was lifted, she was definitely in there. She's one of the 5, right?
Okay. Do you have any other women in your 5?
Yes, but every time I train a new girl, they get picked up and then they go and work forever, and then they double, again, like, yeah.
What's
all
the
the time?
What's the percentage of a guy?
I actually train more girls than I train guys.
I was going to ask, yeah.
Yeah.
70-30, 60-40?
I would say 70-30. But
Really?
the thing is, the turnaround is so fast for women. Like, the need for superhero women these days is, like, really fast.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, they're not all 5'3". So,
what are the challenges that you find to get a stunt in jobs?
height.
Height? Are you that short? I don't see you that short.
I mean, I feel like I'm kind of average, but no, a lot of the leading ladies are, 5'5", 5'7".
Me and Sonja technically doubled the same girl once.
We did.
Nice.
Not on the same show.
So
though.
even he can take your job.
Yeah.
He was overseas. I was like, what the hell? Why didn't you text me? But yeah.
It was a last minute thing.
Sure.
It was like 3
When they were in the Dominican
It was the
Republic.
last day.
In Dominican Republic?
Yeah.
That's why he didn't get called. Because he was in the Dominican Republic. He wanted to go.
Yeah. No, I was already there. I was there.
He's already there.
The actual stunt girl who was already hired for that, I wasn't the boss on that show, so he had somebody else. And then she hurt herself. And then on the last day, they were like, Jeremy, can you go put on some clothes that look like her?
And a wig.
And a wig.
It's great.
I looked like Rob Schneider in 50 First Dates.
That's hilarious.
long
Yeah.
wig.
With the Hawaiian accent.
So basically, your
That shit was
main
so
challenges are height and.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just, and also people have their people. So if it's people have their group of stunt people that they normally work with, and they kind of bring along to every production. And if there is a 5, I can go from 5'2", I can be 5'2", I could be 5'4". I can have lifts in the shoes. I can wear flat shoes. That's an inch. Those are inches.
Yeah.
But
You work with this guy?
He hates you. I mean, I no wonder why.
yeah.
That could count as another challenge, if
Yes.
the guy that should hire you hates you.
I know.
Most
That is another
likely,
challenge.
No, what high
But
man
yeah,
means.
it's skills. If someone is better than you at
Yeah.
something, if they're if you're choosing between someone that and you like to work with versus someone that you have no idea who they are, you usually choose a person that you want to spend 14 hours with.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just it's actually just being out there. I mean, I'm new. It's only been a year and a half,
Yeah, of
2
course.
years.
Oh,
so
you've
like,
been doing this for a year and a half?
yeah,
is it?
2 years, I would say.
Okay.
So it's the unknown of like, but when someone works with me, they're, they can pass you off or put you on something else that they're working on. And then I was in an upward trajectory, I'd like to think. And then COVID happened and it was kind of like, all right, we're just going to stop everything. And you kind of feel out of the loop a little bit. But I think that's going to be the challenge coming back is having creating more genuine connections when you can't even like be with people at the same time.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be complicated. And what I think Jaime meant is love hurts. That's all.
Yeah.
That was meant.
Yeah, that's kind of. Question for any of you: Have you guys noticed differences in shooting a traditional movie, versus one season of a
series.
TV show or something?
Speed for sure. So
What do you guys prefer, and what do you mean by speed?
on a film, you get 7 big sequences, right? On a TV show, you can have 3 sequences an episode, and then you have to choreograph, train the actor, and then get it done within. Sometimes you shoot only for 2 weeks for the whole episode, right? So sometimes they only block you half a day from one fight. Whereas on a movie, it's like 2 or 3 days of fight. And then you can take your time, and the actors are already well rehearsed because they make time on a 6-month job. They'll make time for you to train, which sometimes it gets hard too, because when you start shooting, that time window gets like really small.
Yeah.
But on TV, a lot of times, like there's zero window of training time. I mean, you've seen it before. Like people just show up and then it's weird because there's a lot of different egos on TV as well. And I guess in TV, they just don't have the time. I guess I won't even talk about an ego thing. It's just they don't have the time, so then they show up and then they have to learn it 1 hour, 2 hours maybe, and then
shoot it,
and then you get what you get.
Yeah. There's no time to really like finesse something. So you practice it as much as time allows, and then you just shoot it, and then it's on to the next thing.
But even on movies nowadays, they're doing a lot of reshoots. So like they'll shoot the whole project and then they'll say, what do we not like? Then they'll put a month into reshoots.
That happened with Margot Robbie in The Press of Birds, right?
Yeah.
There was a completely different first
cut.
First trailer was completely different to the second one, third one, and stuff.
Yeah. Right, and that's how. I mean, I worked on the reshoots. That's how I was. That was my role on it.
So it was convenient for you, kind of.
Yeah, thank God for reshoots.
The only time that I saw that they redid it is I haven't seen the movie, but I know they redid the whole fucking movie because people were losing their mind. Was Sonic?
Well, they redid all the CG. Yeah,
they redid all of it. Everybody was like, they didn't like the way Sonic looked.
It was creepy.
It was super creepy.
Yeah.
But is that all they did? Was just the digital aspect? They didn't redo any of the acting or the story or anything?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think anybody.
I think
knows.
I've seen it. I think I've seen the Sonic.
Did you see it?
I think so. Yeah.
I wasn't.
Not clearly not
memorable.
amazing. Clearly because I don't remember it, but
not memorable.
I think you know what I was really surprised with, the Pikachu one.
Yeah,
I kind of like it.
Pet Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
He sounded.
Have you trained Reynolds?
I haven't, but Jackson Spidell is his double, and he's same double who doubles John Wick now, but he's one of our close friends from 8711.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well,
none of you guys can double Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Well, no, definitely not. I mean, maybe
Jaime and I were looking at each other.
They
like,
do amazing stuff with makeup. They do amazing stuff.
Yeah.
Or mocap.
Is there anything else you guys want to mention about like this industry that's wild, crazy, or just
all that
fun
stuff is
fact?
Probably better unsaid.
I mean, I think we should.
That's why it's called behind the scenes, right?
We should continue this conversation until he invites us to,
we should
train to double Vin Diesel. Maybe by the time
you don't want to train.
Maybe by the time that we listen,
he wants to eat a Subway train
at the gym all the time.
That is different. I don't want to go to a gym to work out.
Then let's go to the.
For me, doing martial arts is it's having fun. It's not working out.
I'll take you to the park to do martial arts.
Especially I do need Jeremy to teach me enough to do that fucking
Jaime,
coffee.
Is this a job interview or something for you?
Oh.
Yeah.
So you specifically want to learn how to Webster.
I want to do that so I can do the coffee video.
It's a Webster intensive.
Actually, but we should do something one day where you guys do some exercises or some stunts that we can compete, because we kind of like competing, and then we'll get back on the podcast and talk about how intense that shit was.
Let's do it.
That'd be awesome. And then you could choose who would be the Vin Diesel.
How has riding motorcycles affected your work? Because I've been there and I've seen that you guys have 6 motorcycles there.
Yeah, in the back. Yeah. I mean, it affected my skill set in terms of just being more aware and on my toes, decision making skills. But that's just me. But I mean, it's helped me be a little more nimble and a little more of a go getter in terms of, just learning a new skill.
Yeah,
it's definitely, when you don't ride a motorcycle, it's like this big thing. It's like a big step. And then when you've been doing it for a long time, it's like, I just get on my bike.
Right.
But that transition really helps you. And so I think when I finally officially got comfortable on my bike, it's definitely helped my presence in stunts, because I've been able to keep my nerves down and stay chill when shit goes wrong, when you get super wobbles or you hit something and you
need
There's
to
often
go down the first time
that we're training in class, and Jeremy will throw out some motorcycle analogy, and for me to process something differently than if I'm not getting something. He's like, okay, think about it when you're splitting lanes at 70 miles an hour, like, you know, and then he'll make a.
Yeah.
He'll draw it back. Or when I get yelled at when I'm going too slow and they're like, you're in second gear. I'm like, oh, I know what you're talking about.
That's nice. I mean, there's a lot of analogies.
A lot of analogies.
Sonia, if right now you
stay
have to
balanced.
Specialize with only one of the routes of stunting, which one would that be?
Fighting.
Nice.
Yeah, same.
Well,
like
you started fighting,
yeah.
so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Mine would be surfing.
Yeah.
Never surfed. I have surfed.
Surfer stunter.
Just surf stunter. Yeah, that'd be my name, Surfy Stunt.
Maybe
surfy stunt.
So maybe you have to double. You have to double the Rock in Baywatch.
That's
shoe.
right. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah, he can't compete with that one.
Yeah.
I'm happy he came out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Everybody heard it. That's a wrap. No. Yes.
So now, if you had to pick, Jeremy, no money doesn't exist. If you had to pick one motorcycle, which one would it be?
Oh, I really like my motorcycle.
Well, but money doesn't exist. You can pick whichever you want. Maybe you can pick.
I really like my motorcycle.
That's it?
Would you get the 2020?
No, it's 2016.
No, but would you get the 2020 or?
The 1200. Yeah, maybe that would be it.
That'd be the move?
It would be
Your same bike but newer?
the same bike but newer with the same kind of mods that I did to it. That's it.
That makes sense.
What about you, Sonia?
I'd probably upgrade to a 1200. Or actually,
Big dreams.
I haven't been on one, but the Arch looks amazing. But they're like $1 bajillion.
Yeah, but again, if money
money didn't exist, I would buy
exist.
one. And
An Arch?
yeah,
That's a good idea.
Dude, we were shooting the commercial for that, and he was like on Willow Springs. He comes off and says, "Hey, Jeremy." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Why don't you take it for a spin?"
Holy
I was
shit.
like, "No." I was like 19 at the time. I was like, "No, I'm good."
Oh, I would sit
Why
fuck
not?
down.
I was like, "Dude, I don't have $80,000 to fix your bike if I crash it." And he was like, "Oh, good answer." Walked away. But it was like, I was like, now I look back and I go, fuck, I should have.
Yeah, you should have totally fucking rocked that.
We keep seeing this guy in Malibu.
Yeah.
It's a red Arch motorcycle.
Yeah.
And the license plate is Arch.
Oh.
But it's an Asian guy. I don't think he's his partner.
Oh, it's an Asian guy. I was going to say maybe it was Guard.
No, it's not his partner, no.
Actually, Guard's been training there too, actually.
In your gym?
In the
Another
gym,
very
yeah.
nice
Who invited him?
Who do you think? I did.
Oh, did you?
No, I did.
Does Keanu have a key?
Keanu has his being himself.
Exactly.
That's the key.
So I'm going to give you both keys to this place. And if you want to bring somebody over,
have a spontaneous
Trying to
podcast.
start.
yeah, just call me and let me know 24
Reciprocate.
hours before. Yeah. What was that, Sonia?
No, I said you're going to give us keys to this place. Spontaneous podcast.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You guys can record here anytime you want. What's up?
What's that?
Anything you guys want to cover we missed? Hi, man. Anything we... No?
I don't have more questions. I know everything
Sonia?
about them
Yep.
already.
Is there anything you want to bring up, put them on the spot for? Anything that hurt your feelings?
Did I hurt your
Nothing.
feelings ever?
No, I don't think so.
No? Did Jeremy hurt your feelings?
Yes.
What?
He did, actually. I was thinking it on the way here. I was like, what?
guy's an asshole.
Why did I have at some point this like salty feeling for him? I think it was I took a couple of pictures of you the first time you came riding.
Oh, yeah.
And you posted it before me, and I had
I
to
didn't
ask
know.
you to delete it through Sonia. And then I was thinking, I was like, "What a stupid, request."
Well, yeah.
That's,
But yeah, that was it.
No
That's it.
posting Jaime photography.
Before
No,
I
I,
posted.
Before
I
Jaime.
didn't know. And then I learned. It never happened again.
Never happened again.
He never,
And
he
now
never
he's-
took my photo again.
And now he's here. And now he's here with a Los Pepes t-shirt.
I saw that.
Look at that. It looks like a
Look
vintage.
how old it looks.
If it's vintage.
That's
That
cool.
means that he uses it.
He uses
Yeah.
a lot.
It's come with me probably on every job so far since I bought it.
Really?
What about the vest?
I have
How are
the
you
vest.
liking the vest?
Yeah.
I have the vest. It's still in Toronto.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, for the sea.
Yeah, because I was wearing it over there a lot. So it's in there. And then I came home. I thought I was going to be back in like 2 weeks. And then COVID-19.
Fucking
Yeah.
COVID.
So now I'm stuck.
Have you ridden with Jason?
I haven't ridden with him. I've been there while he's riding, but I haven't gone out because I didn't have my bike out there.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that's ridden with him. I don't even know if he knows how to ride.
I have a friend.
I need proof.
In New York, there is a photographer, and he grew up with him. So they've gone riding, and he's sending me pictures. Yeah. He sometimes sends me pictures. I'm with this guy riding. I'm like, fuck you, bro.
I need proof. I need to see it. He needs to
You want
come
him to
on
ride
this
with Los
podcast and tell
I
me
wish he would come ride with
that
us.
he rides.
That would be a fucking amazing ride. Him, Keanu Reeves, Los Pepes, everybody there, and Robert with his microphone following them. Hey, welcome to the Ride Podcast.
Come back. Come back.
Gosh.
Words of wisdom before we sign off. Anything?
Words of wisdom.
Yeah, something valuable that means something to you.
It has to be. It can be words of Sonja. No, it doesn't have to be wisdom.
Oh man, God, put me on the spot. I could say something super corny like "never stop training,"
But that's true.
You just said it.
I would
Done.
say
Your opportunity is over. Thank you.
fine.
Go
Jeremy, go.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough one. Follow your dreams, but be realistic about them.
And train for them.
That's
Are you? Is this your soft way to tell me that I'm never gonna be doing the coffee thing?
Yeah.
No, maybe, I don't know. It's up to you.
Sonja's still thinking about it.
At first, before I started riding, I never thought that I could ride a motorcycle. I was like always scared. It was intimidating.
You were right.
Then
You were right.
I still can't ride, right?
Ouch.
But now I know how to operate one at least. So, and it's not as scary. I remember training the first day at like the California motorcycle weekend that you have when you take your test. And I was like, oh my God, like crab walking. I'm like, how do you ride and have to look down at your speedometer, but look where you're going, but look at the road, but look where you want to go all at the same time. It was just super overwhelming and intimidating. And now that I have it, I'm like, shit, cross that over into like stuff now. I'm like, there's things that in my mind that I don't think that I can do, but I bring it back to like, okay, I didn't think I could do this. And now I feel comfortable, on the highway when I didn't think like I could even go 5 miles an hour. So yeah, so don't be intimidated by something that you think is too difficult. Just work at it day by day.
Worst case, you die,
advice.
right?
Worst case, you die.
Yeah.
Everything's
Then
meant to
you're
be.
relieved.
Yeah.
That's it. And there's no pain after
Brush
that.
yourself off and try again. You get dust off and try again.
Not if you're
does that mean?
dead. Not if you're dead.
But luckily you're not a singing.
Don't
stunt.
die.
Don't, yeah. That's even better. Don't die.
Yeah.
Guys, don't die.
That's better.
Thank you guys. Thank you for being on the podcast.
Thanks for having us.
We'll do the gym thing and then get back on here one day.
Can you guys remind where people can find you guys?
On Instagram, Wajih. So Wajih.
Wait a minute. And what about TikTok?
Oh God, I don't even know my name on TikTok. The same thing. Wajih. SWAJIH.
Nice.
Jeremy?
Germ skills. JERM skills with the Z.
I get it because you're Jeremy.
Jeremy?
You're skilled.
Oh.
He's got all the skills.
Thank you guys for being on the podcast. See
Thank
you
you.
next time. High fives. And see you later.
Corona 5s.
And that's a wrap for this episode. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Ride Boundless podcast. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. More importantly, share. If you know anybody that's in the motorcycle or car industry or is a fanatic or whatever the case is, let them know about this podcast. Sharing is caring. If you've already subscribed, thank you. If you haven't, make sure to do it. Until next week, ride safe, ride hard, ride boundless.